If you don't know what to do in this situation, you are a beginner loser. You have 2 bishops, but your opponent has no pieces. Because your opponent is more beginner than you, and the best game for him is snakes and ladders. Haha, I am very funny. Okay, it was a joke. In this video, I am going to teach you how to checkmate your opponent with 2 bishops. A checkmate with 2 bishops is a mandatory checkmate, and the opponent has no escape.
No, God!
I must also remind you that according to the chess rules, if we do not checkmate the opponent before 50 moves, the game is draw. But let me explain the rule more fully. If no pawns are moved or no pieces are removed before 50, the game is still a draw, even if it happens in the middle of the game, which is very unlikely. But let me say that in this method, we checkmate the opponent with less than 50 moves. So don't worry. We are supposed to checkmate the king in one of the 4 corners of the board. So choose a corner. This method has 3 important steps. First step, we place bishops next to each other. This action creates a V state that the opponent's king cannot get out of. Step 2, place the opponent's king next to the wall.
Leave me alone.
Step 3, we bring the opponent in one of these 2 corners and checkmate. Now we are going to learn these 3 steps. This is our current position, and it may be different in other games. But it doesn't matter. You have to choose the best moves to get the first step. This is the first step, and it is not supposed to always be in this direction. It can even be this way, or this way, or this way, or this way, and some other forms. And this step is very easy, even if you are in the worst situation and don't know what to do. But I promise you will get this step easily. We are white, and we can act like this. There are other ways, but this seems good. As you can see, the first step is over, with a few simple moves, and the black king is inside this V, and he cannot attack our bishops because the path is closed. But be careful, if our bishops are placed like this, the black king can attack them. So this V is wrong, and this is correct. What was the second step? We are going to place the black king next to the wall. To do this step, we need to get help from our king. We have to move our king in such a way as to reduce the space for the black king. The black king has to approach the wall, and now the black king is a bit away from the bishops, so we can move the bishops and make the V area smaller for the black king. But be careful, don't do this with the bishop next to our king because you will get into trouble. So be careful which bishop you should move first. Black king to b3, and we play king to c5 because we don't have a good move with bishops, and always know that when you don't have a good move with bishops, there is a great move for the king. Like right now, black plays b2, we play king b4. Because we occupy the space and force the opponent's king to retreat. The second step was done. Now we are going to checkmate the king in the corner. We are going to move our king to c2 to checkmate. So we proceed in this way. King to c3, black king to a3. We play bishop to b5 so as not to let the opponent's king escape the range. And after the move of the black king, we play king to c2, black king to a3. Now with the bishop, we make a waiting move, bishop to e1. And now the king has to return. Let me tell you something. You are probably completely confused now. But people get confused when they learn something new. So be happy and watch the video a few times to fully learn these tactics. And also subscribe to lose less games. Well, my friends, let's go back to education. We play bishop to b4. Now the black king can only play a1. If we play bishop to c4, we make a big mistake because the black king cannot move and the game will be draw. So we have to wait again. And we play bishop to d6. Black king plays a2. Check. The black king must go to a1 because he has no other choice. And finally checkmate. But it won't always be like this, and sometimes you have to find the best move yourself because there's no set pattern, but it's not hard at all. But here, we will explore some other modes together. This time we want to checkmate the opponent's king in the upper left corner. There's no reason, we just like to do it. Steps 1 and 2 are done, and this exercise is for the last step. Well, as you can see, we don't have any good moves with bishops, so we will move with the king. King to e6 is the best, and if we want to checkmate the opponent in the left corner, we have to do this move. Black king to d8. What do you think is the best move? Exactly, bishop to g7, a great limiting move. The black king has only c8. And then we play bishop to e7. We limit the black king again. Black king to b8, the only choice of opponent. We should not move with the bishops now, because the black king is running away from the a column. So we play king to b6. Now the black king cannot escape. The black king thinks he is very smart if he plays c8. Ha 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 ha. Check. Check. I'm sorry, Mr. Black. Checkmate. Please practice these moves to become a pro. To complete the tutorial, I want to review step 2 with you, but in different situations, because in this step you may be challenged. It is black's turn to play. There are many options. The first move we want to examine is c7. This move makes us happy because the game will be easier for us. We play bishop to b5. The opponent cannot get close to our bishops, and in the next move, we place the bishops together. Let's go back. The opponent plays c6. We cannot move bishops, so we play with the king. King to e6. The black king must enter the 7th row because he has no other choice. And now we move the bishops forward again and place them next to each other. Let's go back again. The opponent plays e7. I make you miserable. Check. Check. These conditions are still good, and our next move is king to d5. Well, thank yourself that you are training for your progress. You probably don't know other types of endgames, so watch the playlist of the endgames and learn all of them to increase your rating. See you again.